Let's do this! All right, let's go! This podcast is brought to you by wine because this podcast is brought to you by Topo Chico because I'm out of wine. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands. I'm finally getting back to these podcasts for one reason, and that's because JJ finally buckled and gave me another day off. Now that's fucking adding value to the shift. So where do I even begin? I don't know. I mean, fucking half the season has passed since the last time. So what's happened recently? There's been one trade in the last couple of weeks, and that was me trading Christian, Brian Robinson for Amari Cooper. I never have luck trading with Christian. Last year, I traded for Javonte Williams the week before he tore his fucking whole knee apart and blew his knee into smithereens. And this year, the week after, I traded him for Amari Cooper because if you look at the schedule, the Browns have a pretty killer schedule for receivers going forward. But no, Deshaun Watson's done for the year. So what am I going to do with that? I'm not going to play Amari Cooper with fucking Dorian Thompson-Robinson. And in the meantime, what's Brian Robinson doing? Oh, that's right. He's the running back one over the last 2 weeks. And what else happened? Oh yeah, Christian won the weekly the last 2 weeks. Fucking $40 because I traded him Brian Robinson and got nothing in return pretty much. Has anybody realized who the top 5 running backs the last 2 weeks are? Brian Robinson, obviously, then Jahmyr Gibbs, Jaylen Warren, and Devin Singletary, and then McCaffrey. Brian Robinson, Jaylen Warren, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devin Singletary, and then McCaffrey. The fuck? And in case you were wondering, the trophy is nice and safe here at JJ's house. So what's next? I've had about 1 million questions about our alternate universe guillotine league. So I did the work. I went back and I went line by line, figured out who was cut every week. You're never going to believe who the final two. The final two were Quentin, no surprise there, and Tommy. Tommy got runner-up in the guillotine league. I can't explain that. I can't fucking explain that. But yay, round of applause for Quentin winning the fake guillotine league. All right, let's move on to the standings. Quentin's in first, like I said. His team's rolling with the Cowboys. What can I say? Somehow Trey has gotten himself into playoff contention with a 3-game win streak. Huh? All that shit I talked about his trades, and they've kind of worked out for him. Fucking getting CJ Stroud and Tank Dell? Who would have thought those two rookies would have been fucking leading him into the playoffs? But it's not a guarantee, because we currently have a 3-way tie at 5 and 6, Parker, Trey, and Ryan, and a 3-way tie at 4 and 7, Cole, Yosh, Tommy. As it stands right now, Parker, Trey, and Ryan are in the playoffs, but only 1 game behind. Cole, Yosh, and Tommy, if any one of you can have a hot streak down the stretch, you can sneak into the playoffs. But sadly, there's one person that has no shot at getting into the playoffs, and that is Chloe. I'm sorry, Chloe. You had a lot of adversity and you couldn't overcome it. As for me, I'm solidly in the middle at 6 and 5 with Fields finally coming back. Miami obviously saving A-Chain for the fantasy football playoffs. What other explanation is there? So I thought we should finish off by doing a soda bet check-in. First up on the list was Dak Prescott, top 10 in QB fantasy points. That was Quentin versus Big JJ with Adam doubling down. Yeah. Season's not over, but that one's not looking too good for BJJ and Adam. I can't even get through it without laughing. Yosh, top 5 final position. Yosh, you had no shot from the beginning. Like, why would you even bet on yourself? Lamar, top 4 in QB fantasy points. Parker versus VJJ. I'm feeling good about this one, but, you know, with Lamar, he could throw 40 points up in a game and be right in it. We got Eagles versus Dallas regular season. We all know who the fuck are on each side of that one. My personal opinion, I still feel like Parker is going to win that one. I don't feel like Dallas can win the big games. Sorry, Quentin. Cole versus Parker regular season standings. I still just don't give two shits about that one. VJJ versus McFadden, tight end to own on the Patriots. Listen, Adam, I would normally do this, but I'm just gonna say, let's fucking cancel that bet. They're both fucking horrible. The Patriots are the worst. Also, me versus Parker, Puka versus Jerome Ford. This one's hard. Like, honestly, I will admit, Puka has done a lot better throughout the course of the year than I thought he was going to. However, Jerome Ford has also been very valuable, especially when you look at the landscape of running backs. Puka has had higher up games, but Jerome Ford's has been more consistent over the course of the year. So, I mean, this one we're going to have to sweat, I think. And last but not least, me versus Big JJ, Aaron Rodgers versus Russell Wilson. Big JJ, I don't know why you hate Russell Wilson so much, but I can promise you, in all ways, Aaron Rodgers is worse. I'm not even convinced that he really tore his fucking Achilles. I think that this might have been some big scheme. It's a conspiracy theory so that he could come back in the middle of the season towards the end and look like a hero and be a big hero for the Jets. Seriously, what's more believable? Moon landing conspiracy theories or that conspiracy theory? All right, that's it for this weekly podcast. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. New videos whenever JJ gives me a day off.